Hi, good day. Welcome to Newspaper Review on Ninja Watch. It's good to have each and every one of you on this broadcast with me. Thank you for being here. And chest to the week, chest to the week. It's good to have you on here. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Please do also like this broadcast as we proceed. Yes, and give me a shout out on the comment section. I'd like to hear from you. Good morning to each and every one of you. Welcome to the broadcast to my amazing panelists. It's another fine day for us to review the papers. Apologies for yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. All right, but please do also like the broadcast to my panelists. Please do also like the broadcast before you click on that link right there. Okay, all right. It's really nice to have you. So please do also click on the link. I am really hailing everybody on this broadcast today. If you're watching the review, hi. How you doing? If you're watching the replay, how you doing? It's good to have you on this broadcast. Please take out time to like the broadcast. Yes, please take out time to like the broadcast and also do want to show us some love by clicking on the super thanks option. Yeah, just beneath the screen. Do also engage us. It is equally as safe and as secure if you're doing this during the live show. Are you watching me live right now? Please do want to support us by clicking on the dollar sign to the right on the comment section. I mean, you know the drill already, but big. You people to show us some love today. Show us some love today, like always. Please do also click on the dollar sign to the right on the comment section, or you could also engage us by transacting with our duties right there on the screen. Please do also support us. Thank you very much. Welcome to Niger Watch. If you are joining us for the first time, hi, how you doing? This is Niger Watch, and we are glad to have you here. Please do also subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't, and do want to turn on the notification bell. Yes, please. You see that bell sign? Just swipe to the left. No, swipe to the right. To the right. Swipe to the right. Yes, swipe to the right. All right. Thank you very much. Yes. Let's go to the comment section and see what's happening. I also do want to please go out and get your PVC to as many that are yet to get their PVC. Please take our time, go get your PVC and vote wisely. Osagufo, good morning to you too. How you doing? It's good to have you on the broadcast today. Thank you for being here. Gabriel, good morning to you too. It's good to have you on the broadcast. Thank you for being here. Now, talking about PVC, there's this thing I heard about this video I watched of this pastor while in church. He asked his congregants if they've gotten registered for their PVC. Yes, everybody. Some said yes. If you've gotten your PVC, a good number of them also said yes. I said, have you decided on who you want to vote for? A good number of them said yes. And then the pastor goes on to say, may your children exhibit the kind of character that the candidate you are going to vote for will be going for. And I tell you, the amen was not that loud. The amen was not that loud. Please do want to get your PVC and make sure that the all right. Make sure that whoever you are voting for, you will be proud that if your own kids have exhibit such character and such things are spoken of, of your kids, your name, and all that. All right, social mentor, it's good to have you on here. Nice to have you on here. Good day to you. Thank you for being here. To my panelists, please click on the link and let us dissect the papers together. Welcome to our newspaper review. Over here, we are dissecting, we are disagreeing, we are agreeing with some policies on here. Welcome to the discussion. Our first paper for today is going to be no, I wouldn't begin this broadcast without giving a special shout out to Mommy Diaspora. Mommy Diaspora, it's good to have you on the broadcast. Yes, Mama. It's another beautiful week, and it's good to have you on here doing this with us. Cheers to a better week. Mommy Diaspora, welcome to the broadcast. Thank you for being here. All right, let's move on to the first paper, which is the Daily Sun. On here, we have one dead. All right. One dead policeman shot as Yoruba Nation rally turns bloody in Lagos. Atiku's campaign council dismisses allegations of money laundering. INEC, INEC fears election shifts over insecurity, raises the alarm as safety challenges rise. on fuel importation to end by 2024, says federal government. Buys 20 to 30% equity in four modular refineries. Ibira leaders back Kogi government, one monarch against ignoring query. Terrorist kill scores of security personnel in Kaduna as six victims of Edo train attack rescued. Banks suspend international transactions on Naira Visa debit card. Appeal Court's president warns election tribunals members, vows to deal with anyone found wanting. Wike explains anger with PDP, says blackmail won't stop him from demanding justice and fairness. Condemns NDDC's 500 billion naira budget. I will be responsible as president, Obi pledges. All right. Then let's move on to the story of Buhari. Buhari, who was at the campaign in Adamawa State, of course, went on to endorse his candidate. Or spoke to the people and joined them to vote in Tinubu. Yeah, told them to vote in Tinubu, and also that they should make history by having the first female governor, and she also happens to be the only female gubernatorial candidate in this race. Of course, wish her all the best. Then again, the president went on to say that power should be returned to the progressives, and that they should continue to retain power at the center by voting in Tinubu. We'll move on to another story. I want to take this Ebira story because it concerns the president, and I mean, we just talked about the president. So, the Ebira, so remember when the president went to Kogi State to commission some projects? Right. I also remember that the president was scheduled to commission this project at 10 a.m. Nigerian time. And as at 8 a.m. Nigerian time, there was a bomb blast at Ebira Kingdom, at Ebira Palace. And for that reason, I was even surprised that the commissioning of this project still went on like nothing happened. Like the president just went on, did not even condemn the killing, the attack. Yes, people lost their life and properties on that attack. They just went on like nothing happened. In the same place, the same community that was the bomb blast, and in the same area, the president of the country was there. Okay, now the story is that the monarch of Ebira Kingdom did not come out to welcome the president as planned, as scheduled. Rather, he sent a representative, and I mean, is I can't say kingdom at this point. His kingdom was set ablaze by some people, and I mean, you expect him to also act like nothing happened. It is bad enough that the president, even the governor of the state, still hasn't even gone to that place. But this story, there's been back and forth on this story because the governor has issued a query for him not to have come out to come out to welcome the president. I don't know, but this is the news, and I would like to get your opinion on that. And this also brought, there's a divide on that. People are saying things like, the Benin people are saying things like, this is where we give it to the Benin people, that nobody would dare expect the Oba of Benin to go to the airport to welcome any president, that it is the president's place to go to the palace and greet these people. I want to take reason this matter now, CB. What's your take on this? Are you joining them to say no, it was wrong, the monarch was wrong to have sat down, regardless of the bomb blast that happened at the palace that day? He should have gone to welcome the president of the country, or so how is it that this other set of people, I mean, the Benin now, their king does not even, that's even made me to go read up. No, all those things that they do, that monarchs to plant themselves to one side, and it doesn't do that. And now they are dragging this man. I remember that his daughter got an appointment with the government some months back, but she had to reject or respectfully rejects the appointment because of this back and forth with her father. Although nothing concerning the father was stated in the statement, but it looks like it is getting much more messy. And you have other dignitaries from Ebira land calling out the monarch, also saying that this is long coming, that every okay, then there's also this aspect of him having a problem with every government. They say that he is known for this, but this cannot continue, that he cannot be playing God. And some of the indigenous, yeah, some of them are saying that, that the government, if it does not respond to the query within the stipulated time, that the government should take out, should carry it wrath on this man, and he cannot, that they will not accept it. They are not like other people. They are not like other people, and that if he's not going to comply with the government, I mean, is he among one of these people? Is he among one of these people that's just not pleased with the president, and does not see a reason to go and stay there and welcome the president? Or are we going to say, that was a wise thing on that day for him to have stayed back and consult with the people? Do not forget there was a bomb blast at the palace that day that the president arrived, and that's why he didn't. It is said that that's why he didn't go there, but the governor is not having it. The governor is saying that's such a huge disrespect on him, the governor of Kogi State, and also on the president of the country that came visiting. All right, we'll move on to another story. Wike, while accepting son's award as the outspoken governor and all that, Wike has explained his anger with the PDP. Wike also, I mean, we are talking about anger and love in one statement. Wike said, if not for the love that he has for PDP, that he would have sued them, taking them to court, because the process in which they use in their primaries to elect the candidate, the flag bearer for the party, was was fraudulent. No, fraudulent was not his words, but he used one of those words. He used one of those words. That so he would have, but because of the love he has for the party, just decided to let it go, let it just slide and not drag them, back and forth. But the one that you said, that he's going to stand, and that one he has to keep to his word, that he has to do right by the people, that they all power cannot be in the north. That's they have to decentralize power. And he also goes on to condemn the NDDC project. He said NDDC is a joke, that sometimes he regrets even saying this from that region. That what project rather would NDDC come out and say that this is what they did in this region? Yeah, and that last year in 20, he said in 2020 the NDDC, there was a budget of 4 billion naira to use in distilling the gutters, that is to pack the gutters, to clear gutters that they use for this. Are Wike was, and Wike has a way of just dropping all of these bombshells. That last year there was a budget for 4 billion naira. So you come to my state to come and clear gutters with 4 billion naira. That it is a joke, and that this money should not be released. Also went on to say that how can NDDC be operating in state? You just go to the state, you don't liaise with the state governor or with the government and say, okay, what does the state need? What should we do? The NDDC will just come and they will just put school there. Who is going to go to the school? Who is going to run the school? And they don't do things that way, and then they go to do substandard projects. That's why they don't work with the government or governors on this. That they just go about dropping projects left and right and say that they've done something with billions. And of course, so NDDC when I use 4 billion naira. Wow. Hey, Wike. I think Wike, they should just leave the mic and camera in front of Wike. So he just be telling us things, because for what 4 billion naira to clear gutter, and now they're asking for 500 billion naira. All right. We are still on just one paper. Please, my people, I hope you are taking our time to like this broadcast, and also I beg, don't forget to show us some love by clicking on the dollar sign to the right on the comment section. All right, Johnson Emmanuel, I'm fine, thank you. It's good to have you on the broadcast. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. All right, let's see what other story. Yes, I had to take a deep breath on this one. So INEC are saying that, with this insecurity happening left, right, and center, especially with the uprising in the south, that they may have to postpone the elections. Now, this is the conversations that is everywhere on the radio. I don't know why the televisions are not carrying it, but we are saying we don't want that. Nigerians are saying they don't want that, and I don't know why the main media are not putting this out there, but INEC are just putting this somewhere under the news, chipping it somewhere that there are chances that we are going to. Now, some of the conversations I heard over the radio are angry Nigerians saying that now they want to use insecurity in the south to postpone the elections. That is unacceptable. That the most insecurity that we know happens in the north, in places like Zamfara and Kaduna, and they will say because of they are not canceling because of that. What they are using the one that is happening in the north, of which INEC gave statistics of their properties, their buildings that has been, but about I think about don't let me drop some figures here, but about 10 or 11 of it is from the south, and that is not where you even have the most numbers. So people are debating these figures and saying this is not enough ground for you to move the elections. You already know that the insecurity in the country did not start 6 months ago. It didn't even start a year. It didn't start 3 years ago. What were you expecting that because the elections is here, everybody is going to hold on to their guns? IFEX has said to INEC that you and the security outfits should come together and think of something. You cannot wake up and today and say that they are because of insecurity in the south, and okay, they're saying that if they don't postpone the elections, then the results will not be accurate because it was supposed to be real time, and everybody is doing this at the same time. It is plenty grammar, but let's if you want more on the story, take out time, read out these informations on their website. Later on in the evening, more on this will be shared. More on this story that INEC can say will be shared, and the reactions of Nigerians would also be brought on here. But the tone is beginning to change, and no, we are not. Are we ready to change our dance steps, or are we going to continue with this dance that we are, that we started already? So there was chaos yesterday in the Ojota area of Lagos yesterday. Now, this is even more disturbing. I say this that how unknown military men come into the country, into Lagos and other parts, shoot at people as citizens protesting peacefully. Till today, the president, nothing, the governor, nothing, the godfather of the land, nothing, the military, nothing. And these things are happening. The other day, a CBN staff, some people walked into the apartment, burnt them alive, burned their 25-year-old son, maid, and threw them in the river. Till today, no justice. These crazy things are happening in the country. No justice whatsoever. Now, a group of people who said, or who were tagged to be OPC, Oduas People's Congress, were said to have a face-off with the police yesterday. Now, even more disturbing, the Oduas People's Congress have come out to say that those people are not their members. So, who are the people that went with guns yesterday and they went with charms yesterday because they said they were shooting at them and the bullets were not penetrating? Let's take this back a bit. Punch took out a survey and they got two people who spoke. The first person said that these people were dropped off at about 3 a.m. in the morning, and initially they thought they were robbers, but they caused no harm. They didn't they didn't do them anything, and so they just felt probably they were trying to get on the bus or something. But as at 8 a.m. in the morning, they realized that these people started rolling out banners. Then they saw that these people were protesters, but they were protesting peacefully. They were just there protesting peacefully. And then they moved on. And before you know it, there were some policemen that were there. And a lady who wasn't in uniform received the call, and after the call, she told them to disperse the crowd. It was at that point that they started shooting at the people. And when they saw that the bullets were not penetrating these ones, they decided to use tear gas. And now these supposed protesters, came prepared enough for them to use kerosene to wash their face so that they can withstand the tear gas. And those who were in the area that were affected are apparently not part of these supposed protesters, moved away. And they said that a stray bullet, I guess that's where the punch report comes in, that says one shot and two other policemen injured. One person died from stray bullets, and then but they're saying they don't know. The police are saying that these are unknown people. Wow, 24 hours later, over 24 hours later, we don't know these people. People are just entering and causing mayhem. And no, they're not able to hold these people accountable. And billions of naira are going into these industries. What are they doing with this monies that they're not equipping themselves? It's worrisome. This is what we are saying. So even the one where we go saying our government, and one where we say some group of people just gather themselves plan, because they don't turn the land to people just do things knowing that nothing will happen. Okay, Mr. Michael says lies. Police knew them. Okay, because there's a video of one of the videos that I saw. This guy he was talking. Of course, we can't post some of those videos here because of the scene. The guy showed his face in the video. He called his name and some other people when they killed somebody, and that's when it looks like that was when they went ballistic, saying it could day and all that, threatening that they would do all sorts. And if going by the police reports, police said that if they were peaceful protesters, what were they doing with charms? What were they doing with machetes? What were they doing with guns? Because they shot at the police officers, and they also machete these people. Okay. Who are we going to be asking what were they doing with guns? Who will they ask? Who are they ask, really? All right, this is from Johnson. It says NDDC's budget for 2023 is 500 billion naira. That is about 70 billion naira per state of the Niger Delta. They have to tell Nigerians what they are spending that money for. Okay, all right. Let's see what other story. Okay, we've taken all the stories we have on the Daily Sun. We will quickly move on to one to the bunch. Then we can have submission from Mr. Israel on the broadcast with us. Thank you for being here today. On Punch, we have
Thank
scarcity.
you.
Federal government orders NNPC to reduce petrol price. Government acquires stakes in Dangote refinery, three others. Gunmen demand 620 million naira ransom for abducted train passengers. That's in Edo State. Dokpesi, UK police deepen probe. Controversy surrounds airport incident. On cash limit, customers protest as banks begin enforcement. Customer says policy will affect cash-based businesses, demand fresh review. Banks, ATMs dispense old notes despite CBN directive. New note scarcity persists. The picture story you have there is from the supposed Yoruba Nation protesters. On the story here, we have how Yoruba Nation protesters converged 3 a.m. members killed. And down here we have DSS director's wife, others Kano governor candidates arrest. All right, pastor raped my daughter for 3 years. That's an aggrieved mother. Protesting police students block Ibadan roads, governor intervenes. All right, we'll start with the human interest story that we have here. So, the Kano gubernatorial, one of the Kano gubernatorial candidates was on his way to the airport with his convoy and all of that. And he there was okay, now he was on the way, and then it caused traffic. There was traffic from him. And now the first lady of the state also, no, not the first lady, excuse me, the DSS wife, director's wife, was also on her way to the airport with her own entourage. And she was wondering what is the reason? What is the reason for this traffic? They got to know that it is because of this person, the Kogi State gubernatorial candidate from NNPP. All right. So they got to know that it was from this person, and it was now a case of Beraga lawmaker to be gubernatorial candidates versus DSS director's wife. Well, the DSS director's wife ordered the arrest on the grounds of threats or security threats, blocking the road. Imagine. So who are we going to arrest for security threat of the nation? All right, the Madam Shah went on ahead and they had the gubernatorial candidates arrested. Now that is the story. Hopefully, we get to hear more of this. So at this point, that TSS wife, director wife, now win this matter, and then we have a rather pathetic story on here of a pastor that for 3 years raped a teenager. He started raping this girl from when this story is reported now. She's 17. So apparently he started raping her from when she was 14 years old. This is a young girl that is giving, or yes, that is giving to the things of God, that is giving to the things of the gospel. So he goes in guise of taking her out for ministration. When he is going for ministration, that is like his worship leader takes her out. The family, the mother trusts this man so much that she would give the daughter out even for vigils, is going out for administration outside of the church, go to the pastor's house to help the kids to wash their clothes, help the pastor and all of that. And in all of this man was taking his time to have his way with this young girl. Even when the lady is not around, pastor is going to the house, the mother is calling, make sure you prepare the house, pastor is coming. And I mean, she must surely feel like a failure, getting to know that she has single-handedly given her daughter to the pastor on a platter of nothing. And she said the daughter has been going through depression. The daughter has been fainting every now and then because of all of this. And in all of this, she still took this child that is sick from the harassment from the pastor. She will still take this child to the pastor, and pastor was taking her through deliverance. And when they would drop her, the pastor will still rape her. In school, the girl has attempted suicide in school. They had to call her. She has attempted suicide at home severally until all of this revelation. And of course, the girl had this fear. Of course, she had this belief. Also, if the mother has this belief for the pastor, of course, she had this belief. The pastor told her that if she dares to say anything, she was going to die. So the girl kept quiet because there is a special grace that allows pastor to do things like this. Oh no, that is what they say, and of course that is a big fat lie. Well, this case is in court. The mother, when all of this blew up, the mother confronted the pastor and he confessed, and saying that it is the devil's work. But now in court, the man is saying that he's not guilty. Thankfully, there are recordings of when the mother confronted the pastor with the church elders, with some of the church elders. That has been tendered. That is being tendered in evidence in the court. And let's see. That was exhausting. Let's see how the story plays out. So there is a story trailing Dokpese, Chief Raymond Dokpese. He was set to be booked in the UK to give a talk on the forthcoming election, also with the PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar. And he was said to have been disembarked from the plane before any other person, and he was taking it for questioning for over 3 hours. It was being questioned. And now also Met Police also said on the side that someone was arrested. Now these stories have been linked to him, but I am not. It is not in the papers that he's the one that's been linked, because Met Police are saying that they cannot give out the name of someone that is not convicted. It was, you know, that's, yeah, that is not convicted. That he was only just questioned. So they are not giving out names. But story trending or pending online based on the publication from Met also is saying that it is a case, a 71-year-old Nigerian being arrested on the case on the grounds of rape. Well, Bremer's team has responded saying that how is that possible? That this is a man that is well to do. When he was way younger, no story of this. There was no story of this when he was way younger. Is it now that he is in his 70s? But this story dates way back. The story of rape is a story that dates way back to years ago. It's not something that just happened. So we don't know if it is linked to him. Why is it just resurfacing? And the UK, waiting they happen. UK, what is happening? You guys want to? We are not interfering, no. We are just asking. Make una give us tea, also give us something. Don't keep it to yourself. All right, that's the story we have here. Yes, the bank limits the 500k for that has been reviewed now. Instead of 100k has been reviewed to 500k for individuals, and then 5 million naira for cooperatives. And now they are saying that there's long queue, there's a huge queue, there's plenty queues at the bank, because people do not understand why they have to pay more to get their own money. This is something, as we're saying, that this new era, people don't even understand it. Sorry, people don't even know, and some people don't even understand that they have to pay 5% of whatever they want to withdraw if they exceed the 100,000 naira withdrawal limit. They don't understand. They are not understanding why they are paying to get their own money. I'm telling you, the sensitization was not enough. The timing was just too short. But yeah, I guess the bankers will spend more time explaining, educating people than actually transacting business in the banking hall. The banking hall will now become schools, as they didn't deem it fit to go to market and sensitize people. Go to all of these places. I mean, we have like Alaba, we have Trade Fair, we have Oshodi, we have these places. You just create like a meeting place. People go out there, take 30 minutes to explain to the people, and then everything will just be all right. But no, now banking hall will turn to classroom where they have to start. All right, just don't have any emergency that takes you to the bank, for now. All right, that's as much as we have here. Mr. Machiavelli, it's good to have you on the broadcast. Let's hear from you. How you doing, sir?
Thank you so much, lovely sister. Good morning. Good morning to everyone on the comment section. Good morning to the concerned citizens around the globe. The last one you just reviewed makes me laugh because you cannot have a system that is actually working. This is the new age. We are not in the archaic days where you have to go to the market and start having a trumpet to blow. Oh, we have changed money. Oh, now this is how much you are going to call. Is that listen? And we live and we call ourselves the giant of Africa. Don't you think that these people have taken us back to the decades? Like, is it supposed to be so? When you bring in any currency to the system, if you have a system that is already regulated, it regulates itself. Go to the bank. The way when they retrieve the old one, they bring in the new one into circulation. That is how it works. It just goes into, you won't even find it difficult. Our own, we are confused about the money. We are confused how much we are going to be spending. We don't even know how it's going to be done. Our what's it called central bank governor is nowhere to be found. Everything is just kind of in a mess, and the citizen does not even understand where we are going and where we are coming from. We're just stagnant in there. So to be honest, this system we have now, this present government, they don't even know what they are doing. The people are scared. They don't even know tomorrow. Even the two houses of parliament, they don't even know what they're doing. You're confusing the citizens. How can you go to the bank and you don't even know how much you're going to? We are not in Lebanon now. This is what it is. But they tell you that everything will be fine. When is it going to be fine? This is the question. When? And you're talking about, I heard about the NDDC, 500 billion. And if you look at all the Niger Delta area, they are as poor as anything. Oil rich state. They are as poor as anything. And you're wondering, these billions and billions that have been going into this oil producing state has never yield well for the citizen. The citizens are so poor. Even where the refinery is, we don't it's nothing. So what are they actually doing with the money? I think Wike was right to actually challenge them. But my question is, Wike, if now you are the one talking now, what happens since? Is it today you become the governor? No, it hasn't been, because this is the way it's not working for me. I was with them and now I'm going to fight them. This is why I don't like this whole thing. Like, it has to be, everything is just subject. You have to be the subject matter. We already know that the system is already wrong. We already know. Because people like Akpabio, who is still going, just moving around now. When was he? When the day he was questioned by those who are making our laws, you saw what happened. You were shocked. Some people were trying to say they are not feeling well. Now they have stroke. Some said they have headache. When you were, all this money were being distributed out, you were making these funds out, you were not having headache. It is when they start questioning you, you start seeing people having headache, some people collapsing. We have seen this a lot. And now all the governors who are from this oil refinery, they cannot even give an account of what they've spent the money for. This is just surprising. It shows that we don't have a just society. Let's just put it like that. We are going to keep on talking and talking. It's very, very painful, because anything you read in the newspaper, you will not see that Nigerians, at least, this is what they are aiming. No, it's always negative, 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 negative. Is that a plus for us? It's not a plus for us. Who are the people suffering it? It's the citizen. That is why the citizen must change that statute. And you're talking about INEC. Oh, INEC shouldn't come and tell us that now. Now that they hear that the insecurity, now they want to change it. Oga, even when your brother came in the other day, Kogi, we knew the body language that this was what he was going to say. He was not telling the truth. But this was the same Okoye who was lying to Nigerians that they were ever ready. Even when the incident happened in Imo, when they went to burn that INEC, he told Nigerians, don't worry, we are ever ready. We have backup. So the insecurity that happened in Edo is the one that's going to change everything now. You see, you guys knew what you want to do. This is what I call voter suppression. And I've been saying it. Voter suppression. The people are not going to be afraid. Oh, please, oh, the insecurity now, we have to move it. Move it where? Move it where? So now let me take your mind back to what happened when the embassies, the foreign embassies were issuing, warnings. What did our, is it Minister of Information or whatever they call it? What did he tell you? That these people are liars. They should stop pushing false narrative. Okay. Now, this incident happened. INEC that said they were ever ready, that Nigeria, they knew that Nigerians were going to, whatever it is, Nigerians were ever ready. Now you are telling us, okay, so the ones that have been happening in Zamfara, those northern areas, has that not been a threat? But they are still voting there. People are still living there. Why is it now it happened in the south? See, Nigerians, you just know that these people, they just want to give you this false narrative so that before you know what is happening, they'll call the result. They will just blindfold you in a way. Before you know it, an election is taking place. You will just going to, yes, we are ready now. We are ready now. Before you know it, somebody has been placed there. That's what it is. We need to be vigilant. We just need to have a just system. Because if we have an effective government, we should know where this insecurity is coming out from. That's number one. We should know how much the NDDC is having. That's number two. We should know how much these governors are having. That's number three. We should know who is actually heading our security architecture. Because for me, the commander-in-chief, I don't think he's the one handling it now. Because if you ask the commander-in-chief what is happening, he said, I don't know. So who knows? Nigeria, we don't know who to go and ask questions. That is the problem. We don't know. If you go to the National Assembly, they said you go to the president. If you go to the presidency, they don't know. If you go to Lai Mohammed, they don't know. Nobody knows. So it's very, very painful. The one that just happened, the one you just said again, the one that happened in Kogi. Now look at a lawless country. The one that happened in Kogi. A gubernatorial candidate is yet to be. And the head of DSS, the wife. Hey, now wow. This is so, Nigerians, let us put it like this. Let's say, for example, everybody listening to me now, they're all in diaspora. Now, everywhere you travel around the world, I'm excluding Africa now because their mentality. Where did you see in your countries where you reside? You start hearing a common counselor. They will play siren. You will never hear. Sirens are used for emergency purpose. These ones are not emergency. The emergency ones are no ambulance. These are things like that. Emergency, so you give way for them. Now, this DSS, this is a woman, a man, somebody's wife. You are not even in office. You are not in office. You are just a common civilian, a private citizen for that matter. You were going with convoy. The other one who is to be a gubernatorial candidate, he has not even been voted into office. He's even with a convoy. Disturbing the peace of that community. That's number one. Causing hazard on the road. You see, where is our police? Let's be frank with each other. You know, Nigerians, if you are a local government chairman, they will play siren with you. If you have a brother, your brother is the local government chairman. If you are going on the road, they will even play siren for you. Even your mother, they will play siren for you. Your sister, they will play siren for you. Come on. We are wasting government tax. In fact, the taxpayers' money, we are wasting it for no reason. How dare you, the wife of the DS, what's it called? DSS, the director of DSS, a wife, who gave you that privilege? I don't understand. We are in a lawless country. This is what makes me mad. You are destroying cars, making sure the cars are going into the. Oh my God. And now you even order the arrest of that gubernatorial candidate. Even if you guys were both wrong, you guys are supposed to be arrested for causing hazard on the way, for wasting taxpayers' money for nothing, for no reason. If you go to somewhere like in the United Kingdom, Prime Minister, he uses two cars. You see two. The police on the bike, they'll clear the road. One other car will go and the other car will follow. That's it. You won't even see around. No. You can only see the flashlight on the just close to where you have the plate number. That's it. It will not even make noise. Our own counselor, you see he or she with 7 or 80 cars on the street. Common counselor. I saw this one with my face when I was in Benin. I was shocked. Somebody who is a local government chairman, 80 cars. If you see the way our police were trying to make sure that they clear the road, come off the road, go there, no, just like that. Animals. And we listen, how who do us like this? It makes me cry. Like people are dying. Because just because you want to get to the airport, you cause chaos. You were holding goods and services in hostage. You were causing a hazard to the people, even causing traffic jams, just because your interest. Your husband is the director of DSS. The other one is a gubernatorial candidate. I don't understand. I don't understand. So we just need to have a country that actually knows what the rule of law is. Look at the one you just report again that happened in Lagos. Hey, now our security, man, Nigerians will ask, what is happening? We don't know. That is the question. We don't know. Or no government, we don't know. The other one, who are we going to ask questions for crying out loud? Nobody. Nigeria is just moving like that. Are we going to die in silence? Just look. Are we going to die in silence? I don't understand. I'm confused right here. I'm confused. I don't understand. Nobody's asked all what you said so far. If you go and ask anybody now in the state of power, they will not tell you one thing. They are using us to gain power. You just reported another arrest by the UK government. They are downplaying it. Do you know what it is? This person is from Nigeria. They just downplayed. I saw it on the newspaper yesterday. I saw it on the news. I was just laughing. Are you serious? Why is this person questioning? Why are these people questioning these people? Why? Why are they questioning these people? Why? I don't understand. We need to see. This is a very security thing. You know, we shouldn't take it lightly. Why are you questioning these people? Emefiele is already there. I say Emefiele, the other one that is being arrested for child something. They are still holding him. We don't know why they are holding him. Is it for the case or there's something else? Another one being questioned. What did they happen? What is happening? These are not even internal. This is an international. This is not internal, international. Nigerians. We need to ask ourselves, what is happening? I'll leave that for Nigerians to answer because for me, I don't want to. There's a really lot of concerns here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Machiavelli. Thank you for that submission. Thank you. If you're just joining us, good to have you on here. Welcome to our newspaper review where we discuss with that set. We agree and we also disagree. Please do also like this broadcast, do also subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't, and make sure to turn on your notification bell. All right. Prince Collins, how are you doing? Happy New Year to you, Oga Prince.
Same to you. Congratulations. We are in the new year again. Marco Valley, I greet you, man. I greet everybody. I greet the viewers at home. Happy New Year, everybody. We thank God for the victory has given to us to become part of the year. Thank you very much. And Ima, say congratulations to you for what you are doing. I really appreciate. Thank you so much. I just came in anyway. I don't really know what is on. Except if you can brief me, I'll prefer it.
Ian is she's muted though.
Okay, I can hear you
Yeah,
now.
Ima is muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
All right, thank you. The DSS director's wife orders the arrest of a Kano gubernatorial candidate of NNPP who was causing disorderliness with his convoy, caused traffic, and she happened to have been affected by that traffic. So there is that story. There is also the big story on Daily Sun on INEC asking that or saying that their chances, or it's looking more like they are going to have to shift the elections because of the insecurity, especially what is happening in the south. And people are reacting to that, saying you should be ready. You should be ready to put this to for the election must hold because this insecurity, as is part of the problems. There's always been insecurity, so you cannot just wake up and say insecurity like it is just happening. And people of the south are also not having it that the blame is being put on them. And they say the insecurity happening in places like Kaduna and Zafara is worse than what is happening in the south. So they cannot say that because of the kidnappings and the burning of INEC offices is enough reason for them to have to move the elections. All right. It's also worthy of note for us to remember that INEC is saying that if the election goes on with this insecurity, if we do not, among the we when they talk, now me I don't understand. Who are they? Who are the we? All right. They say if we do not curb the insecurity, that the results will not be real time. The results will be altered. So they are already telling us that see, it's either you move this election or get ready for an inconsistent result. Get ready to not have a free, fair election. That's just what they're saying in a nutshell, Prince Collins. All right, let's have a submission.
Yeah, I'll quickly. Thank you very much. I appreciate. I'll quickly talk about this INEC issue. I think this is just a way of trying to pre-inform the electorate that the election is not going to be free and fair. It is a way of trying to let us know that the election is not going to be free and fair. Whatever manipulation they are planning, they are trying to, look for loopholes to put the blame on the populists, that the populists are the cause of all these things. Insecurity has been part of our nation, Nigeria, just as the deputies, sadly, the deputy governor of Edo State said after the train attack that it is normal. Insecurity is a normal thing in it has become part of us in Nigeria. So if insecurity has become part of us in the north, we have Boko Haram chasing people here and there. You have a nation where people that people becomes what do you call it? They are now living in IDP camps in their own nation, in their own country, in their own community, where people now live as refugees in their country. Is that country safe? A place where you have attacks in the north, in the south, in the west, in the east, attacking every sort of ministries, transports, whatever. Then you are not saying that the election that is going to bring about the change that we want cannot take place because there is insecurity. Then you are trying to let us know that from that statement that the election is going to be, they are not going to have a free and fair result. It shows that they're already planning so that when it comes to that time, they will say they've already said it before. It is the duty of INEC to make sure that election is free and fair. Areas, what they are trying to do now, they are trying to blame the South now, or the South and East part of the nation, that they are causing chaos. And it is just a normal excuse for them because it is a way they are going to use to manipulate this election against the electorate. What about, and has INEC actually fulfilled, have they fulfilled their own part? And those states are demonstrating because they don't have their PVCs. Have INEC be able to deliver PVC to individuals for them to now say, okay, we are ready for the election. People are not letting us to, people are not allowing us to do the right thing. If INEC is ready, The security agents of Nigeria is ready to secure them. I trust Nigeria. I trust that country. If they want to do anything, if they want to do election, something that has to do an election or national population census or whatever, that is very, very important. The security, they will be there to put peace in anywhere the election is going to hold. They are going to they'll bring out the police, they bring out the soldiers, they bring out the military from their barracks. They come out into the streets to make sure the election is going to hold. It's just a manipulation. They are just using this one as an excuse, or probably there is something we need to know that we are yet that we are not aware of yet. There's something they want to come out with this kind of excuses. They are getting to somewhere. Probably in the near future, we'll be able to know what is going on. So in right now, I believe that what Nigeria is experiencing right now is just the preliminaries of what is going to come when it comes to insecurity. It's just a tip of the iceberg when it comes to the insecurity that we are facing. You understand? Because we are going to experience more dangerous ones in future, because there is nothing that is being done to correct the abnormalities in that country. Nobody cares. Nobody is interested. Everybody is after its own pocket. So we are going to see more and more and more. So if they postpone the election, they are postponing it to the worst period, because from 3-4 months time, what we are going to see is going to be worse than what we are seeing right now. So the thing is growing. It's like development. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much. I say this is our newspaper review where we discuss, dissect, we agree, and we even disagree. Chris Collins, thank you for your submission, but I really hope it doesn't come to that. But it says how bad a place we are in as a country. This is something this is a ritual that is carried out every 4 years. And INEC did not deem it fit to begin to. What were they thinking, that they are going to blow whistle and they'll become everywhere? And few days or some days or weeks to the election, INEC is bringing the biggest blow. There's been different kinds of blow here and there by INEC, but this one, yes, insecurity is getting worse, Kingsley, but is that enough reason? If the election is going to be moved, the election is going to be cancelled, whatever is going to happen to that date because of insecurity, then it says how much of a mess we are in, and we are joking. We are joking. Mr. Gu.Nmen, it's good to have you on the broadcast. Please, let's hear from you. Good day to you, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Emma. Good morning, my fellow panelists. For me, the election, I'm not going to talk about the election because, first and foremost, I don't believe in Nigeria election. Nigeria is fantastically corrupt country. I remember months back, my friends, they were disturbing about this election. I told them, look, I asked them that question. This is months back. I asked them, at what point did you start believing in Nigeria election, that Nigeria is, do you think Nigeria is America? Or I keep asking them, at what point do you begin to trust Nigeria, these Nigerian leaders and these Nigerian people? At what point? Is it at the point, because when the guy was shouting Obi, I said, is it at the point when Obi switched to Labour Party, you begin to trust Nigeria system? Nigeria is Nigeria. I told my friends, coming close to the election, you begin to see Nigeria magic. Nigeria is Nigeria. Nothing has changed. But Nigerians are easily being deceived. I don't know. We keep forgetting and pretend to forget. Nigeria is a corrupt country. This is months back. I'm telling my friends, say close to the election, you begin to see Nigeria. Forget all these things. Anytime it comes to election, they will begin to paint themselves like good people, just to deceive Nigerians. And then as we fall, they will always fall for this trick. Now it's happening. People are beginning to complain. I know this from the onset. There's nothing going. You're not going to change. These people are corrupt people. Power intoxicates. There's nothing. When somebody holds power, to lose that power, it's not easy. So it's not. So that's why when people are complaining, I don't talk. One of my friends stopped calling me because he has begun to see it now. Because I told him months back that when the time comes to election, you begin to see different things. What point we begin to believe Nigeria is start working, Nigeria is good, Nigeria is nothing has changed. The only thing that has changed that you are now validating the election. You are not participating. You are not shouting on social media. That's the only thing that's changed. But the corruption is still there and it's not going to go away. This is what I keep telling people. If they say no election, yes. If they cancel the election, this is time for Nigeria to stand up. If we cancel this election now, we need to renegotiate Nigeria before we do another election. If they cancel it, Nigerians now should wake up and say, you know what? You've cancelled the election. Now we are not going to participate in any election. Now let's renegotiate Nigeria before we do another election. This is what Nigeria should be talking about. We want to validate them. So that I'm not going to talk. That's Nigeria election. God, I never believed it's going to work. It's not going to work. Forget. If you like living in Cloud9, living in fantasy island, and Nigeria, hey, yes, at what point, Buhari will just change, or Tinubu will just change, or Atiku will just change overnight, or INEC chairman, the Fulani man will just change overnight because of you. You are just joking. Okay, let me forget that one. That one has gone. Then for the rally, Yoruba rally. Look, Nigeria and is an evil place. I'm sorry to say, Nigeria is, when they say hell on earth, is Nigeria. They just want to change in
Mr. Goodman. I think it is pointless saying a thing and then saying I'm sorry to say. Just please adhere to the rules of the platform, please.
Okay, sorry. Okay. Let me use the corrupt. Nigeria is a corrupt. It's a corrupt country, and it continues to be a corrupt country, and it's fantastically corrupt. You see this rally, this Yoruba rally. The media now is trying to change narrative. This is a rally. You see this rally. You remember at Sunday Igboho time when they were doing the rally, they went out to all the states in Yoruba land. Nothing happened. The moment they said they are coming to Lagos, they went to attack Sunday Igboho home and let him fled Nigeria. The same thing is happening now. This rally, people are carried away with this election, but you are not paying attention. These people have been doing mega rally since last year. They've been going to all the states. Nothing has happened. The moment they announced they are coming to Lagos to do rally, this Sanwo-Olu and Tinubu carry their police people to go and stop them. And they know, these boys, they know that something is going to happen. They went there to do peaceful rally. Nothing. They didn't do anything. They sent soldiers to go and shoot them tear gas and shot them. Now, when they shot them, you expect people that you shot to fold their hands. They need to react. That's the reaction that happened after they got shot. So now media is coming to say it's OPC and clash. Every time they commit, they say it's clash. That's how when Fulani go to farm to kill farmers, they'll say farmers said that's clash. This is what I'm saying. These are wicked people, corrupt people. Everything when they kill people, they say it's clash. What clash? These are peaceful people protesting, doing rally. You went and shot them, and you want them to fold their hand. They are changing it. It's OPC. Thank God OPC has come out. It's not also. We are not the one. These are angry boys that you shot. They are demonstrating. They are destroying things. So I'm sorry, but we keep. I don't know. Nigeria is a corrupt place. We should put it back in our mind. Nigeria, nothing has changed. The only thing that you are not shouting. You are now understanding that it's a corrupt place. Because so many youths, so many Nigerians, you don't even know Nigeria. They are beginning to know Nigeria now. This OB movement has been to let them know the Nigeria they have. Because people are just not paying attention about Nigeria. Nothing has changed. These people are corrupt people. See how they keep two innocent youth people because they are doing rally. I don't know what is happening in that Lagos. Tinubu and Sanwo-Olu, they're just doing things they like in that Lagos. Look at the same thing happened during Igboho's time. The same rally. When it came to a time for Lagos, they went to attack his house. This time it came to a time for Lagos, they went to shoot them again. Look, this thing, you see this election, I'm afraid, but the way I'm seeing this election, it might not even go. And that will be the end of Nigeria. See, this 2023 will be the end of Nigeria because people are angry now. Everybody is angry. Every region. Now they are saying insecurity. They want to cancel it. It's not insecurity. They have plan B. This is their plan B. They want to what they are doing. What they cancel.
All right, Mr. Goodman.
Let me say this last thing. Sorry about the election. What they are doing now, once they cancel the election, they know the movement. They know the movement is growing wing. Once they cancel the election, they will kill the morale. They will kill the morale. They want to kill the morale without tension. That's what they are trying to do. Thank you.
All right, thank you too, Mr. Goodman. Ehis, Kale, it's good to have you on the broadcast. Thank you for being here, Kingsley. Thank you for being on the broadcast, Mommy Diaspora. Thank you, dearest Mama Jerry. Jerry, good morning to you too. How you doing? It's good to have you on the broadcast. Thank you for being here. Thank you to each and every one of you. Justin Emmanuel, D.A. Osadolo, thank you for being on this broadcast. And of course, to you too, Mr. Pansad, thank you for being on the broadcast. Good morning to you, sir. How are you doing?
Good morning to you, Emma. Looking wonderful as always. And I greet my fellow panelists, Machiavelli, Prince Collins, and Mr. Gu.Nmen, as well as those in the chat session and section. Now, I would like to associate myself with the remarks of both Prince Collins and Mr. Gu.Nmen. I didn't catch Machiavelli. I'm sure I would agree with him as well. But let me say that we have to analyze where we are. Some of us are like people who've been to a movie, we've seen the movie. I remember in those days in Aba, when we go to Amy Theater, you go see a movie. And when you come out, you date some of your friends that are about to go in to go see that movie. So you go begin to tell them, say, maybe you say Bruce Lee, saying Enter the Dragon, say even play one character, so you go describe him, right? That person that's about to enter that movie theater should not doubt you because you've already seen the end of that movie. What we're seeing, first of all, let me condole the people of Edo State. You know, terrorists, when they took 31 Edo train passengers and are demanding, I guess the sum is like 620 million in ransom. What are you guys supposed to do now? That's what we've been going through in the Southeast. We don't have trains. Obviously, they won't let trains. They'll build trains to Niger. They won't let trains go to the Southeast. And the rest of Nigeria stay quiet. So if somebody comes to Edo people now and say, you know what? We don't believe it's the Fulanese or the doing it. We think it's your king. We think it's your king doing it. That's the way they've been dividing us in a country. You have 31 people abducted, and they have the gall to make phone call up to today, asking for money. So we've got our eyes on the election for P2B to come. So no matter what happens now, we cannot revolt and say no. We have to wait for that. But let me say, we have to do something now. We have to do something. You cannot go and take 31 people and you're free to make phone calls. In today's day and age, where if you make a phone call, even if you are deep in the Amazon, you could be pinpointed. So
It's a terrible thing, my brother. It's a terrible thing.
Yeah, it's like we're animals, the way Europeans look at us. This problem we're having is from outside. They know we don't know anything. We're stupid. So look at these candidates and all our leaders going to Britain. The only people who have been able to salvage themselves, amalgamate themselves, are people who have been able to diplomatically gone to United States to sever the Americans from the British so that they can then deal with Britain, who are very cold-blooded, heartless bastards holding us down for hundreds of years. Look at us. You have 31 people. The president doesn't say anything. Nobody says anything. You know, Emma, I know that you run this very quickly. Let me just say that Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, who was the former, it was a banker before. He wrote a piece published in I believe it was 1991. No, September 1998. And he entitled that article, Yorubas Are the Problem with Nigeria. I want everybody to Google that particular piece because it was prophetic. That's the problem we're having up to today. Edo has never had this kind of problem. It's normally in the southeast. Why are they having it now? Because Edos are demanding, at least viscerally, you see on the internet, that the country should elect a competent person this time. So they're going to start having the kind of problems we're having all the way in the southeast. People who've never had this kind of thing directed at them before. So on top of that, Tinubu and the Yorubas, some of them, because you have some obedience who are Yorubas, but when you aggregate it, the problem we're having in order to have a country where the parts are at least equal to the whole, not less, or where you have a country where the whole is smaller than the parts, where you can, if you say you want to have ports in Warri, in Calabar, in other areas, they don't want it. They only want ports in Lagos. They don't want other parts of the country to develop. It's like here in the United States, if you have New York, it's a beautiful city, it's a big city. New York alone is maybe 10 times bigger than Nigeria when it comes to economy. So places like Los Angeles, San Francisco, Washington, D.C., and other areas cannot develop because you develop New York. What are we doing? I am saying that we have to do something now. Forget the election, because when this election comes, by the way, Prince Collins, don't worry. If they stop the election, it's good. No matter what they do, Nigerians will have them right now where they cannot escape it. If they postpone the election, it's better for us. Let them postpone it. Their candidates are not going to get any better or stronger. But we have to have the second plan. What are we going to do? Because this thing is going to come down to a battle. Since caveman, Christians and Muslims do not forge a society together. They don't. When they have numbers where there's no preponderance, really. It's only if you have, let's say in Gambia, you have 3% Christians, then you have 90-something% Muslims, then you could live together. And they'll be sucking it to that minority. But where you have 40, 50, 60%,
all right, Mr. Pansat,
right? It's never going to work out that we're going to stay there and there'll be no treachery, there'll be no violence. We're going to have to stop them from doing it this time. So Edo is no joke, but don't feel that you're alone. Don't be coward. Don't give up. We have to now know that we have a common enemy and that we are going to have to take the bulls by the horns and do what every other society that has tackled fundamentalist Islamists, we have to go to war with them. That's what it is.
all right, Mr. Pansat.
Thank
You
you.
very much for your submission. Thank you very much. Madam Rita, welcome to the broadcast. Good to have you on here. Thank you for being here. We'll take the last paper for the day, and we'll take our final submissions also from our panel. But you also could say something to us on the comment section, or you could click on the link on the comment section, come into the studio, and let us hear your piece. On here, we have Edo train kidnap, 6 victims rescued, says government, as kidnappers demand 20 million naira ransom per victim. Make history, elect first female governor, Buhari charges Adamawa voters. On insecurity, polls may be postponed or cancelled, says INEC. Insist no going back on BVS and IREF. Real-time polling units results will be uploaded on IREF. INEC must manage security threats, says IFES. DSS sued for arresting activists protesting bid to arrest Emefiele. Prominent Ebira leaders side with Kogi government. On sports, Ronaldo to earn 200 million to promote Saudi's joint bid. And on health, Fresh concerns as new cranky variant emerges. Power generation drops by 7.6%. On cash withdrawal, long queues in banks as implementation commences. All right, I'm just going to speak on the health here because that's the news story on here. There's a new variant, so please double up. People are saying that there's a conspiracy to trap the world again as they did in 2020. I don't know about that. I don't know about any conspiracy playing out, but I know right here on the news that there is a new cracking variant. So please guide yourself, protect yourself. COVID-19 is real and it kills. So please do the needful protecting yourself. All right. Yeah, so major stories today talking about INEC saying that polls may be postponed or cancelled. But whatever it is, this is not leaving a sweet taste in our mouth. It is not, it's leaving a very sour taste, and it's this people, a lot of people have been very hopeful. They've been looking out. If people are well enough to do their part, please let everybody see to it and do their part. So the president of Nigeria, for whatever reason that you have had not to have dealt with insecurity in Nigeria, well, since you have said, or since Biden has also won upon your, has added to your feather the hope of what was that thing called again? Of democracy in Africa. Please let it be true. Let it reflect in the forthcoming election. Whatever you have to do to deal with insecurity at this point, it is don't let people to start sharpening their plan B, because that is what people will start doing. This is what this news will do to a whole lot of people who has been hopeful, who has been, hopeful for a new Nigeria, for one Nigeria. They will begin to sharpen their plan B. And this is not good. This is going to be your final submission to my panelists. Thank you for being with us, for being with me on today's newspaper review. If you are yet to like this broadcast, please take out time to like the broadcast. Thank you very much. Mr. Machiavelli, let's hear from you.
Well, thank you so much, my lovely sister, for giving me the opportunity to speak again. There's not much to say other than to say, Nigerians, let's keep the hope alive. Just as the devil is planning, so also God is planning. I just pray that Nigerians can see together and hold hands together and say we will fight the common enemy and we will triumph. Honestly, these people, they have a plan. And the plan is just to disenfranchise you and hold on to power. That is just the simple way. All we need to do is to come together and just talk to ourselves. How do we move from here? Thank you.
All
Mr. Prince
right.
Collins, you can go. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Machiavelli. I very much agree with your submission. Thank you for saying that. I mean, if we're having all of this insecurity, who do we expect to go out there on that day? Who do we expect to be at the polling unit? We are not that tech to say robots will be there to do all of these things. You have humans. So in a way, I mean, I know they're right. If they are saying that insecurity because of insecurity, then we should all be looking back at the president that has refused insecurity to be a norm. And if the president is unable, then there is a problem. Prince Collins, please let's have your submission.
Thank you very much. Nigeria should be aware now that the president, or rather the government of today, has failed. If the ANEC chairman or the commission have decided to tell Nigerians that the nation is not safe enough to hold a transition, then it shows the level of failure that has enveloped the nation. It shows that the nation has not only failed when it comes to economy, it has failed when it comes to security, it has failed when it comes to management and administration. If at this time ANEC as a commission cannot perfect the electoral process for people to be ready to exercise their rights, it shows that the government of the day has failed. If at this present time we are still talking about postponing election when it comes to one motto, I think the best thing is for the present government to just pack their load and go, because they are indirectly telling us that the nation is supposed to be in a state of emergency. So Nigerians should be aware now that it is possible that this election might not hold peacefully. So just as my brother Pansa said, I think we should be getting ready for plan B, because actually, if this election 2023 coming up next month is not peaceful, credible, and reliable enough to give us new president that we want, and that should be somebody with all the qualities that we require from a president and a president of Peter Obi. If this election is not going to hold, Nigeria might not get to December this year. I promise you, because this is the last hope of the youth of this nation. This is the last minutes where they need to exercise to say, okay, maybe by this we might get good results. If we can't get it by next month, let me hold my peace and let us watch out what is going to happen. Thank you very much, and I appreciate you. I appreciate all of us. I want to thank us back home for what we are doing. But we should be hopeful until the hope is gone. But believe it or not, if we don't get it now, I don't know what is going to happen in the near future, because the country is already in the edge of the falling speed of a seed from the mother's storm. So if we can't get it right by next month, in fact, postponement might be an introduction to chaos. Postponement of this election might be an introduction to the chaos nature of the nation. And our enemies will so laugh at us, because they are going to see the foolishness of our leaders be open in the streets of Nigeria. Thank you so much, Ima, for the opportunity. Machiavelli, I greet you. Pansa, I greet you, everybody. I greet each and every one of us, and I appreciate everyone. Thank you so much.
All right. Prince Collins, thank you very much for your submission. There's submissions here from Madam Rita that says, let's stop talking about president all the time. Let's start from the basics. She said, if the governors are serious, the president will sit up. I am tired of this president talk as an excuse. Okay.
Sorry, let me just quickly answer that question. Let me just quickly answer that question in 30 seconds. The foundation of the country, whether president, whether governor, whether this thing has it started today? It's like it has been decades. So why are we going to this? There's an election coming on. We should make sure now we should start talking about what is going to happen, because the whole country is a mess. Why should that be? Because the whole country is a mess. From the local government, it's been decades. We left this thing on. We just left it. We left it. I've been saying it. We allow these people to try. So why are we going to be doing? Oh, we're going to carry this one. It's been run by oligarchs right from day one. So where are we going to start from? So the foundation is wrong. Let's leave it. Let's just channel our energy to remove all these people. That's all I can say. Cannot be saying, oh, go and remove this, go and remove that. What have they been doing?
Yeah,
It's been wrong from day one.
Total cleansing. Total cleansing. That's what we need. Total cleansing.
All right, Mr. Machiavelli. Madam Rita, it's good to have you on the broadcast. Welcome to the broadcast. Before I move on to Mr. Gu.Nmen, we're giving final submissions, but I'm sure you want to respond to that. So let's hear you, Madam Rita.
Yeah, hi. Good morning. It's past 5 in the morning here.
Madam
Sorry,
Rita
I
is
didn't.
actually here with us. Oh, great.
Yeah,
Good
hi,
to
Mr.
see you.
Fansa. Good morning.
Yes.
Okay, I think I just joined this panel when my brother Machiavelli was speaking, so I really don't know what I missed in between there, but I really want to talk specifically when I was hearing Prince Colin speak, about insecurity and all that. Let it be clear. Like I was stating in the comment section, I am sick and tired. I'm tired of every time we have issues regarding security, we always want to push it forward towards the presidency. Fine. We all understand the structure of security in Nigeria, everything coming from Abuja to trickle down. But let also be truthful to ourselves. Every state governor in Nigeria, you swore an oath of office. You swore to protect life and property. Now, that oath that you took, swearing to protect, I'm using protect now in parentheses, protect every arsenal of protection that you would need as a governor when you took that oath of office will be given to you. Forget about how our tier system in security is about in Nigeria. They get the security vote coming from Abuja is given to every governor. Just that alone, any serious government or governor of a state, if he puts in 40%, let us even say 50% of protecting his state, you will feel it. I just referred to the oath of office now. You're swearing to protect life and property. The key word, protect. So are you telling me now that that word protect is not supported financially? When it comes to politics or when it comes to a governor using his executive powers, against opposition or against any other person, because you have the constituted authority, it's very easy for them to use all arsenal of security. But when it comes to protecting your state, I'm not talking about protecting your father, mother, or your political allies, protecting your state. It is your duty to use every arsenal you got, because that's one of your primary duties when you took the oath of office. So let us start talking about that and remove the presidency. That is lame talk right now in Nigeria. That is a very lame way of, I'm not trying to downplay any of you with all due respect, but let us go down to the nitty gritty. Who took the oath of office in this? Can Buhari live in every state? No. It's the same thing. You can have 10 houses, but God has made it in such a way that you can only live in one house. Even if you live in a 20-bedroom house, you can only live in one bedroom. But you will have people who are assigned to different rooms, or you have people who are assigned to do different duties in different rooms. It's the same way the presidency works. You cannot tell me now that if a state putting 50% with the way Nigeria is structured, 50% in protecting the state, even the citizens is like, our governor has tried. Looking at the limited resources, he has tried. He has brought in a vigilante. He has created so many offices regarding security. We have seen his technical know-how in terms of securing the state. We have seen the people he has brought. Come on, man. Come on, people. Come on. Let us stop downplaying this. Every time I hear this presidency thing, when it comes to security, it irks me. It irritates me. Seriously, because we are all matured enough to know the system of government in Nigeria. We are matured enough to know what does the constituted authority do in the particular state that you belong. It's not just about collecting taxes, IGR or whatever. What are you doing with the security vote? All the money coming from federal now, at least there's something budgeted for security. The state House of Assembly, when they're talking about the budget, for example, if Governor Baseki brought 200 and something billion as his budget, okay, in the budget, let us see what you have budgeted for security. How are you implementing it? Let's start from there. After all, this money is coming from federal. So when you talk about security, let's just stop talking about federal. Start with your states.
Ima, I
Start with your
think you have
state,
to give us
please.
more time for this thing. Or maybe we have to give us more time so that we can dissect all these things.
Yeah, very
Because
important. Very important.
to be honest, we have to be truthful to ourselves. Did this whole thing started now? This is my question. You're asking a presidency. Now you want to
Israel,
tell
that's
it to
not
the
the
state. Now
issue.
let's
Israel,
hold
that's
on,
not
let's hold on.
Israel,
You
no.
bring an argument. The
Israel,
argument you're bringing, it doesn't make sense because
now. Just believe
the
what you're
president of
saying.
the Federal Republic of Nigeria is saying he does not know anything. How can the head be telling
Israel,
you does not know anything? What does the state mean?
Israel,
My sister, I know what the state means. Is
let me
the
tell you
authority, the power
something.
come from
Let me
the
tell you
central government.
something.
Who is the central government here? Let's
I
be factual
cannot
here.
talk.
We
Let
should
me
stop
give you an
downplaying all
example.
this nonsense of the
Let
the
me give
country
you
is
an
wrong.
example. My brother, let me give you an example. I cannot talk about Lagos, even Delta State or Ondo State, or our close neighbors. I cannot talk. I
What did
can only
Otom
speak
do?
for my
What
state.
happened to Otom? What
Let
happened to
me
Otom?
give
What
you
happened to
an
Akeredolu? What happened to
example.
the rest? Please, let's just
Israel,
face
stop
the fact
giving
that Nigeria is
excuses.
wrong from the onset.
Israel, can I
It's
speak?
wrong.
Israel, let me
Mr.
speak.
Machiavelli.
When we want to talk, see, charity begins at home. It's not quarrel because at the end of the day, we all want the same thing. We all want peace. We don't want any of our family members to, to suffer the pains of insecurity. Let me give you an example. You just mentioned autumn. You were talking about did this issue start today? No, it didn't start today, oh, my brother. I agree. It did not start today. But you know what? It is leveling up. This insecurity is leveling up. So as it's leveling up, we also have to level up. Level up by stop giving excuses that it did not start here today. Level up by stop giving excuses of, oh, this was happening in Benue State or what Governor Zubin is doing. No. I say, let me give you a typical example. When Governor Baseki wanted to demolish the so-called illegal properties on so-called government lands, what happened? He brought all arsenal of security, 48 hours, no movement. Where did those places come from? Where did those security apparatus come from? I mentioned something about taking the oath of office. My brother, please, I'm trying to refer back. I'm trying to talk legally now. Let it not be like I'm trying to digress or I'm just trying to just speak on an emotional level. When you are, please, maybe you should, what is the oath of office? Protecting life and property. The federal government of Nigeria, the executive have disbursed funds for this action, for these functions, irrespective of the fact that our tier of security, everything boils down to the federal. But
Thank you. You said that. Thank you. You just said that. So
no,
it means that there's no devolution. There's no
Israel. If you
devolution of
don't
power.
listen,
So it
I am
doesn't
not,
work.
I am not arguing to
All
win.
right.
I'm
All
arguing
right,
for you to
Madam
educate
Rita, please
yourself.
round off your submission so I
What?
can move on
No,
to someone else.
Ima, thank you. Without due respect, let us be truthful. Let us not downplay it or make excuses. When they want to play politics, they'll bring out all arsenal of the Navy, the Army, the Air Force. But that is the governors. It's not federal. They have access. Let me tell you, the governors of Nigeria, if you see the if you really want to know the powers that they have, you will be so shocked. So presidents in other first world countries don't even have it. So let's stop. If these excuses we keep giving, that's why we're in this shit. That's why we're in this problem. Let us start asking our governors, what are you doing with the security votes? Tell us how far you've gone in protecting your people.
I'll
Let
give
us
you
not
example.
downplay.
Let me
That's
give
my
you
issue.
example of
Stop
all of them.
downplaying it. Stop giving
Let me give you
excuses.
example. Let me give you
Know it.
example. All this thing that
Level up.
let me give you
You have to
example.
All
level
right.
up.
All
Let me
right,
give you
Madam
example.
Rita. All right, Madam Rita and
There's no
Mr.
excuse.
Machiavelli,
They have
please
to level
let's
up. Start
move on.
asking your governors what they are doing.
Wait,
You're
let
not
me
doing
give you an
shit.
example. You have been saying something since you don't want other people to say. Now, what happened?
I'll be moving on. Please, let's move on. Osas, how you doing? You've been muting and unmuting. Please talk to us already.
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to be a little bit civil. I didn't want to jump into the argument, and I was trying to be kind of nice. I know everybody's a little bit emotional about the whole stuff happening in Nigeria. My name is Osas, and this is the first time I'm joining this group. I've watched a couple of you guys conversating and all that, and it kind of interests me. So the thing is this, and please correct me if I'm wrong. All right, I'm just trying to like pinching my own view, and I'll try and be brief as much as I can. So I kind of agree with Mrs. Rita. Why? Because we have this system in Nigeria where people do not I live overseas. I've lived overseas for a long time. As I don't mind, I do not know who my local government chairman is. I know who my governor is. But the thing is this. I understand even the FG itself, Buhari is not really doing as good. I've never been a big fan of him. And I want people to know something. I agree with Mrs. Rita because we do not have Nigerians kind of like, you know, like arguing, like asking questions to the local government chairman, the first line supervisors, the governors. No, everybody kind of like deviates away from those people. And what I'm saying is this: if for any reason the federal government is not funding the governors with whatever budget they kind of put in and all that, then let the public know. But if the federal government is really giving you the funds, what are you doing with it? As he said, protecting life and property is the number one oath of a public personnel. And the thing is because if you do not have life and property there, there's nothing to really govern. So this is the thing. Security doesn't only have to do with having personnel in place. We're in a technology era now. There's badass CCTV camera. Excuse my language. There's all the technology stuff you can put in place in the states. You've seen insecurity overwhelming the northern Nigeria. The northern Nigeria alone has over 30,000 IDP camps. The northern Nigeria alone have so much communities that are vacuum. There's nobody in those communities. If I'm lying, go on YouTube and you're going to see it. That do not have people living in that community because of insecurity. Edo is my state. Edo is where my mom is from, my dad is from. We can use the northern Nigeria as a case study and pretty much create this tight security in the states. Fine, you want to wait for federal government? We're probably going to lose a whole lot of loved ones before we even do that. But the governor himself has the power. Like I said, it doesn't have to have people standing firm to be security guard or anything. There are technologies that can be put in place. I understand most of them want to eat money, because most of them are pretty much corrupt. But the thing is this: if nothing happens, bro, if nothing happens, I'm sorry to say, we might
Your network is very bad.
Yeah, okay, Mr. Osas, I wanted to be sure that that was the general thing. Please do also try it again. I'd like to hear all that you have to say. Bella Naomi, it's good to have you on the broadcast. Thank you for being on here with us. Welcome to the broadcast. Okay. Oh dear.
Ima, just give me 20 seconds, please. Give me 20
I will
seconds.
come
Don't
to
do
you. I'll come to you, Prince Collins. Please,
All right, all right.
just a minute, please. I would like to say hello to Mr. Osas. It's good to have you on the broadcast. Please do also join us from time to time. We are here every day. Please do also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Turn on your notification bell. We are here for our newspaper review Monday through to Friday, 10 a.m. Nigerian time. And we have the discussions Monday through to Thursday by 5 p.m. Nigerian time. We have discussions every Friday. You do not want to miss either of our broadcasts. So please do also turn on your notification bell. Thank you very much. But please, do also join us from time to time. So it's good to have you on here. Okay, Prince Collins. Okay, let me have you. Let's have you in few seconds, please.
Okay, I just want to quickly set it is clear as regard what Sister Rita was saying. She has actually what she has said is clear and she's very correct. Do you know why we are talking about presidency? When the head is bad, every other part of the body becomes useless. When the head is corrupt, every other part of the body is built on corruption. When the foundation is not properly laid, a building, there is every tendency that the building will be shaken. You see, the foundation of Nigeria is not perfected for checkmating. When you are talking about local government council, the state security vote and all that, You see, in Nigeria, people don't ask questions because there is no clear-cut structure to enable them question any situation because there is no proof of evidence. You cannot just go and ask questions. If you come and interview the state governor here today, bring it to this channel, he will tell you that he has spent all the billions in security. What proof are you going to tell him he didn't do anything? He's going to tell you he's done this, he's done that, just as their usual excuses, because the structure is not there. That is why we want the head to be perfected. When we have, that's why we fighting for Peter Obi today, because we saw what he did in Anambra State. He did it because he was the head of affair. He did it because he was able to structure it down, control it to the list. If the president can dish out money for each state to go and use for whatever reason, and there is insecurity in those states, and the president is quiet, then what do you expect us to say? Everything boils down to the presidency, because we cannot question any situation at all. Even at the local government council, you can't question anybody. They will tell you they've done this, they've done that, because the structure is bad. Nigeria need cleansing, need to be clean, and new foundation should be laid. They should start from, first of all, laying a foundation that has to do with everything in Nigeria. Just a clear-cut board.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you also to Dr. Gomez. Dr. Gomez, good to have you on this broadcast, and thank you for the donation. God bless you, sir. Thank you very much. Okay, now move on to Mr. Gu.Nmen. Mr. Gu.Nmen, apologies and thank you for your patience. Let's have your submission.
Yeah, thank you, Emma. Thank you very much. For my take on that insecurity side, Madam Rita, I think you are just being, I don't know, probably don't know what is going on in Nigeria. The truth is, the governors, yes, they have the security vote, but what they do with that security is just to equip the security agents, just to equip them, buy them cars, logistics, all this, but they don't have control over them. Yes, they can use them when they come to their citizens. The federal government will allow them to use them against their citizens, fine. But when it comes to going after the main killers, these terrorists, then there you will know the federal government will now quote the constitution for them. I'm telling you the truth. Do you know that the attack that happened in Yamufu in Enugu State, when these terrorists came to ransack that community, do you know the governor cannot go after them? He went to Abuja. He went to Abuja to go and beg the president to please send security people to go after these people. The same thing, Autumn is crying. Autumn say he has gone to the presidency several times. Now they are stopping him to go to the. Now they're not allowing him to go into the presidency to seek for security to go after his people who are living in IDP camp. Autumn cannot secure his people. He has gone to Abuja several times to speak to the president to please to come and help them. But his hand is tight. So you don't know the look. I'm sorry, but these people have restructured Nigeria in a way, the Fulanis. That's why these trained people now, that's why they can summon courage to use phone to call for 620 million. What is Pantami doing? Is Pantami not communication minister? Is Pantami telling us that he cannot trace those calls? These people have structured Nigeria. They put themselves in a sensitive place. Pantami is seeing all these phone calls. Pantami is seeing all these phone calls. Now it has gone quiet. Nobody is calling Pantami again. Pretend. Nigerians forget easily. You forget that a terrorist is person in charge of your communication. It's quiet now because if he start talking, Nigeria will remember him. All this phone call is going around. Pantami is not talking and he's in charge. Look, you people can say governors have nothing. Their hands are tied. Yes, if they want to go after their citizens, federal government allows them to go. But when it comes to the terrorists, that's when you know that federal government is in charge of security. I'm telling you, this is the truth. And this thing they call state government. You see, Nigerians, I don't know whether we are, sorry to say, Nigerians, sometimes we pretend or we become a hypocrite. You keep saying, talk to your governors, talk to your region, talk. But the people of the Southeast now have now realized this, that our problem is our governors and our politicians. Now they are doing their own thing. Okay, we're going to sit at home to bend the hand of people. It's the same new people, Nigerians, will be telling them to tell them, say, you're killing your region. This thing is not affecting Abuja. Why are you affecting your region? Why are you killing your economy? But they are doing it so they will affect the governors there. So the governors will ask them questions. What can we do for you to stop killing the economy? But you some Nigerians will telling them, it's not affecting Abuja. Why you is there drinking tea? You are just clear. This is Nigeria for you. What are you going to do to please Nigeria? You're doing okay. They tell you it's the governor. Now you're doing something because you cannot come at the governor to send that security from Abuja to shoot you. They say, okay, we'll sit at home to affect the economy. So the governor, they are coming and say, oh, yeah, keep your economy. This is look, Nigeria is a complex place and it is done on purpose. They purposely make Nigeria a complex place that you cannot get yourself together to protest. And when you're doing it regionally, they will not remind you that you are killing your own region. You see, so you're just there. You are confused. They're confusing the people. Yeah, tomorrow they tell you, it's your governor, it's your politician. Now you want to go after your politician. They say people come and tell you, you are killing your own people. You are doing your own people. Why Abuja is there? Nothing's happening in Abuja. Nigeria needs restructuring for it to go.
Thank you, Mr. Gu.Nmen, for your submission. That's as much as I can take from you on today's newspaper review. I look forward to hearing from you.
You guys want to Kajobi?
Mr. Machiavelli, I'll come back to you 1 minute. Mr. Pastor, there's a big question on the comment section by Damian Osaya saying, okay, so with all of this, what's the solution now? We are seeing people being abducted from train stations outside of the northern region. So what are we doing?
That's a very good question, by the way.
If till now, INEC is going to be acting like they are surprised at the level of insecurity, that means, they're acting like, they are not expecting this. I mean, if these people are acting shocked, that is being affected. I mean, the Nigerians that do not have people in power, the people living in IDP, the ones in the village, the ones back home, what do we do? How do we save ourselves? I mean, the ones that do not have international passports, the ones that cannot afford to leave the country, what do we do?
Thank you. Without objection, I would like to ask that I be given 2 or 3 additional minutes to tackle that question, because that's why we're here. Now, I didn't hear any objections, so let me proceed. Emma, I've always wondered what would happen when they start doing this to Edo, because Edo people don't play. Benin people don't play, right? That's where we look at you. Yesterday, I dashed off from my bed and I was going through all the talk shows and blogs to see what are they saying about 31 people or more. At that time, the number was not known, abducted. And they were just carrying on talking about the normal stuff. They're not going to do anything like us, like the rest of the people. Nothing. We're all the same. We're dumb. You adopt 31 people. So since I only got additional 2 minutes, let me tell you what we should do. I believe that there's a track for democracy where we are all routine to go to the polls, exercise our rights, do it non-violently, adhere to that constitution that we got there, right? Good. That I'm for. However, I do want to carry a big stick, okay? And while I'm speaking softly, we want to transmit right away. I'm begging people from River State, especially people from Delta and the Southeasterners as well. We need to transmit to INEC. The moment election is suspended, then we're going to shut off the oil. We have to do that. There are a few things that we need to transmit now as reciprocally. Once we're getting the information, they should be getting what we're going to do, and they're going to make sure that we did it. If we shut off that oil, because we don't need further provocation, even if election went off pretty good, you are blessed with oil on your land, and somebody comes from the desert, sometime from outside the country, and come and take it from you, and you're armed, right? He's coming and taking your oil from you. I maybe give you a little bit here and there. On top of that, he's killing you and provoking you every single day. Do you have it all together? No, you don't. That's your oil. Oil is not portable. You can just come and take it and drive away. Those people, those oil companies from Britain and America here, they need to know that if the moment that election is postponed, the first thing we're going to do, and they should know, is just the first thing, and it will be direct and effective. it will be swift, direct, and effective to shut off that oil. We have to do that. The youth, you have to do that, or you're just done. If they postpone the election or rig it, forget about Lagos. Lagos doesn't mean nothing. They'll be selling cocoa without that oil up to tomorrow. That's all they'll be selling, cocoa. If you go to, like you see people from the Southwest, they need to know that we're brothers and we're in this together. They're not special. What other Southwestern state do you have or city like Lagos? None. If you built it, you would have built another one. Just like here in the United States, they know how to build it in Atlanta, they build it in San Francisco, they build it all over the place. But in Southwest, that's only Lagos, which was our former capital, and that oil money built that place. You couldn't build a city like that in your lifetime. So we have to put our hands together, shut off that oil if they postpone the election or cause violence. And IPOB, MEND, I'm talking to you. We need your help. We want to go into a democratic dispensation, but we want to have our own Boko Haram too, just in case. So I am telling you, we need 1,000-man squad for anybody. Oluoma, Tinubu, if you do violence, there should be a squad that should go and get him, go and arrest him. So things like that, including INEC. We should have 1,000-man force, not to be used unless there is problem. Because if you postpone the election, it's going to cause constitutional crisis. So only somebody who's got the guns at that point is going to be able to dictate what happens. So don't try to shut us down because you're a nice guy. They're using their bad guys to intimidate us and kill us. 31 people killed on a train. No investigation. The president doesn't address anybody. What are you telling me? What's going to happen? What are you going to do? Obadiah Omelia, let me see how you pronounce his name. Obadiah, my life. He went around warning people, telling them, hey, look, this is what they're going to do. And they killed him. Nigerians did nothing. Showore went out there talking. They arrested him. He was in prison. Nobody does anything. Nnamdi Kanu, nobody. But what about their own people? They released him without trial. We need to carry a big stick. We need 1,000-man arresting force from MEND and IPOB to go and get Tinubu if he does any violence on any one of our people.
Let's not use violence.
Mr. Passat. All right, thank you for putting your mic on mute. All right, tensions are really high, and I tell you that this does not sit well. This was the hope of so many Nigerians. So they are just going to. There are some things that INEC shouldn't even be saying. They've been saying a lot of, they've been throwing a lot of blows, like coming out to say the server can be leaked, can be hacked, and Nigeria said double your walls, and they came back to say, oh, that has been done. I mean, there's been a lot of back and forth, and now you're going to come up with this because of insecurity. Madam Rita, please, let's hear from you.
Yes, thank you very much. Hello?
Yes, Madam Rita. Mr. Makaveli, okay. I'll come to you, please.
Yeah, I just want to respond, to, I don't know if Mr. Gu.Nmen, I don't know, the letters are very tiny on my phone. When you talked about, people have been contradicting themselves. We all know that what's going on in the East, they are killing innocent people. They're not killing politicians. They are killing innocent women, children, boys, and girls. We see the videos are there. So no, they are not killing politicians. And I'm going to go back again to this security thing. What is Governor Wike doing that other governors are not doing? You see, it's easy for us to compare Benue State and Rivers State. Just think about it. The entire Nigeria knows that the bulk of our wealth in terms of the oil is coming from Rivers State. Don't you think that these so-called oligarchs will not focus on that place just to stop the wealth of that place? But Governor Wike stood by his state. They dare not go there. What is it doing differently that other states cannot do? In terms of Benue State, you forget that Benue State has predominantly 3 ethnic groups over generations. Fulani, Hausa, and the indigenous people of Benue State. You cannot compare. That middle belt is almost like the northern state. You cannot compare it to the south. So whatever it is that Governor Wike is doing, you can't even compare Benue State security and River State, because they are different. This so-called what they call it, the jihadists or whatever that the Fulani want to take Benue State, it's been happening for years. But the entire nation has been riddled with people, Fulani headsmen allegedly in the bushes, attacking train station, attacking people. Why can't they go to River State? I mean, that is where they will focus on, because that's where there's money, but they dare not do it. What does that tell you? Governor Wike is protecting his state to the best of his ability. When we start talking and saying, okay, if the governor will just come and we just, even if we ask him about security, he will just come and tell you, I spend the money, just to help the security apparatus of the ones in the state. That is a mirage way of thinking. We have kind of given excuses. We are kind of owning up, digesting what they tell us. That's why I say, level up with your way of reasoning. Even if the odds are against you, level up. Stop giving excuses. We all know what the Constitution says. Thank God for the internet. You can read it offhand, real time. You can read it. If the governor comes to tell me that it's your duty to quote and say, no, governor, the budget, for example, now, Edo State budget. I'm referring to Edo State because that's the state I come from. Are you trying to tell me that there's no budget for security? Forget about the security vote now. That's on the side. The budget of every state, there's security at the heading there. What did he use? The one from last year, how was it? What was the expenditure? How was it implemented? How was it used? How was it used? The excuses we give all these governors is making them slap us in the face, and they will turn around and still kiss their feet. The excuses they give us, we just take it. Okay, now so it be now, and that's what they will say, and we just keep quiet. At this stage in time, at our age, I don't know. Maybe my sense of reason is different. I don't know. You have to level up. Why are we speaking today? Why do we have the internet? Why can't you question? It's like somehow, I think because of this subservient nature of how we were raised in Africa, we seem to revere governors as some demigod or something. They are nothing. It is the seat that you respect, not the person. It is the seat of office that you are respecting. So there's no excuse. I repeat, there's no excuse for any governor in the state of Nigeria. At least do 45 to 50%. It will be felt. It will be seen. Then you will know that, our governor is trying. He's trying his best. Look at what happened in the train stations now. Vigilante, they don't pay them anymore in Edo State. They've stopped because they cannot be working and risking their life when they are not being paid. There's no encouragement. Every local government in Edo State now, if there was money disposed, if you have a serious governor that would tell his local government chairman, even if he's non-existent now, and say, I'm giving you 100 million. Surround your local government, 24 hours protection. You are also creating jobs. You're also making people feel a sense of ownership to their land. If we had men that were in those bushes in Gu.Nmen, or somehow, even if they had succeeded, they would have caught some of them by now. If we had serious people in the bush 24/7, why is River State different? People, can you answer that question? Why is River State, what is Wike doing that you have not heard any ambush? What is Wike doing? So don't give any excuse. There's no excuse. There's no excuse.
That is where Oye is being stolen.
There's no excuse, please. Thank you, Ima. Thank you, everyone. I'm done.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you, Madam Rita. Mr. Machiavelli, all right, let's have you.
Thank you very much. It's a very interesting one today. Thank you. But viewers, don't get confused, because when you argue like this is what makes it interesting. Because I'm very happy that everybody's arguing and Nigerians are not arguing. They're trying to find out what is happening. But my question is it today that the security vote has been assigned in Nigerian constitution or whatever it is? It's not even binded by the constitution. So it's been done without it. So have it in mind. And ever since we've been talking about this local government, how many local governments has tried in Nigeria and even in Edo State? Is there any CCTV that you have been seeing in your local government since Keletele? So it is now we want to start questioning, because I have told you, I don't worship anybody. I don't worship anybody, because The fact is, we have to understand that the foundation that the oligarchs placed there has been wrong. You have to understand. We are talking about River State. Is it not the same oil producing nation where they are selling the oil? Is it not the same place where somebody can come into the waters? Nobody is looking after it. Is it not the same place? So why are we starting to make it look as if it's this? That is how we entangle this thing, and this thing has been pushing the minds of our people, and they start using it and dividing us more. The foundation is wrong. Today, where is this? All these governors that have passed, have you asked them where's the security vote? In my local government where I come from, it's still there, the same thing, but somebody has been sitting there as a local government chairman. Since the creation of that Edo state, what has happened? Since the creation of every state, what has happened? Amotekun was even found in Ondo state. What happened the next day? Somebody went in there and destroyed their church, killed all of them. And you say, listen, the federal might must always be federal might. If we really have a standard democracy, what happened during the Black Lives Matter in the United States? When a city was being invaded, what the governor said they cannot do anything. What the president did? He sent down the paramilitaries and they removed everything. That is what it caused. You see, we're talking, this is what we'll have to say democracy. Why do I fight for democracy? Because it has been wrong, because it's democracy that is run by oligarchy. You go put somebody there, you want to make the person come checkmate you. How you want to take her? You are the same person, you are the same cronies, this clique.
What do you want to check on? How will you check this person?
Then we're going to say Governor Wike's work, I just laugh, but it's the same place that they are stealing oil.
Yeah,
you don't see him. Please, let us be reasonable here. All this kind of invading. They say, let's go and do this, let's go and carry gun. I do not assent to that. I believe that Nigerians, if you are visible enough, resistant, democracy is coming to you. You cannot fight violence with violence. It will never resolve. People have died enough. We need to be reasonable here. Thank you.
Machiavelli, could I don't know if MIC, I wanted to get a permission to speak on Mr. Wike, because I hold a totally radical view about Mr. Wike, Governor Wike, I'm sorry. Now, without her stopping me, let me just be brief on this. Here is my position.
Yeah, you can go on. You can go on.
My position on Mr. Wike, Governor Wike, I believe is accurate. Governor Wike is operating like he's got his own country. He's not working with anybody else in the South. He's operating like he's already has his own country, selfishly. And he's been doing this for a very, very, very long time. Initially, he was making friends in the North, including who he called his brother, Mr. Governor Tamboa. The only leverage we have in the South is that oil. So he sold us out. He's getting a lot of money. The real powers behind the oil companies, Buhari, they're with Wike. So all that noise that he's making, we love to worship idol, not the laws. He sold out because they know he could cause trouble if he was on the right side with his people. Now, I'm talking about the South or Christians. But he's not. The only unfortunate situation for him is that they still stab them in the back. So don't be fooled. Where's he getting all the money? Don't berate your governors because Wike is doing XYZ. He claims he got X amount of money. He was paid off, even right from the time of Yaradua.
All right, Mr. Constance. All right, Mr. Constance.
That interruption is right at smack at the middle of what I'm trying to say. It's totally a waste of time to talk without landing. That point I'm making is a big charge that I'm making against him. I have to lay it out because it's right there looking at us in the face. That's why Africans will never get anywhere.
You conclude your charge. You conclude your charge during the evening broadcast. That's as much as I can take. Right. We have overstretched.
All right, but let me just say that I'm not impressed. No matter what he's doing, we have a fundamental problem. We only have a couple of leverages against these people. So if he sells out and he's operating, the way he looks at it is, look, I've got my river state. It's like indigenous country of river state. If they treat me well, they could go and take 31 people there. He was present when those 300 girls were taken. He was the secretary of education, and they took 300 girls and he did nothing about it.
All right, please do all to join us this evening by 5 p.m. Nigerian time. The conversation continues. Do all to join in early so you could get a spot on the studio. Apologies to those at the backstage. Newspaper review is for 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. This is long overstretch, but do all to please like the broadcast. Thank you very much for each and every one of you that has joined us on this broadcast. Dr. Gomez, thank you very much for your donations. God bless you, sir. It's good to have you on the broadcast. Madam Rita is still asking, what is Governor Wike doing different that other South governors are not doing about security? That's a big question there, and that's a question
There's nothing that is being done. Oligarch is running oligarch in a democracy. How can we walk? How can somebody be a listen, all these things are all
Machiavelli, is it the state? Is it the state that is going to order
Machiavelli, do well to join us by 5 p.m. I know that we still want to go on and on.
Is it the state that's going to order us to do election?
Exactly. Let me ask them. I can't understand. He's working. In the end, they collect petrol. They collect. Oh, not there. Now, we don't feel the card. I cannot be cardioing Nigeria. I have to tell the Nigerians the truth.
When they arrest Fulani X-Men, they will be released in the next 1 minute.
They already 63 have been released yesterday.
Take care of you. See you much later on in the evening. Bye for now.
All right.